perfect hunters. The predatory cats are almost always carnivores. Their magnificent hunting technique has placed them at the peak of the food chain in every continent and in many habitats. All species possess very powerful muscular bodies, sharp teeth and claws, good senses, and fast reflexes. The largest predatory cats of the rainforests are the leopard and the jaguar. While the leopard is indigenous to Africa and Asia, the jaguar can only be found in the Americas. A black panther is actually a leopard with too much dark pigmentation. The coat appears to be completely black, although the coat's spotted pattern is always recognizable in certain light. In the case of leopards, the black coloring is caused by a recessive, albeit not outwardly visible, gene. This recessive gene can also exist in normal-colored leopards without actually having any influence on the yellow of the coat. This means that normal animals which have inherited the recessive gene can give birth to a litter with black leopards, even when both parents are normal. With jaguars, as opposed to leopards, this gene is dominant, so that black cubs can only appear if one parent is also black, although two black parents can also produce normal cubs. Jaguars are mavericks, or loners, and depending on the accessibility of their prey, require a permanent territory of 25 to 150 square kilometers, only approaching others of the opposite sex during the mating season. Despite their heavy frames, they are good climbers and even excellent swimmers. Although jaguars are diurnal, they nevertheless spend half the day at rest, as we see here. When hunting, they sneak up on their prey, killing it with a powerful bite after a brief chase. The jaguar's menu consists of nearly all mammals native to the jungle, and even fish or small caimans. The puma is the largest among the smaller cats. Also known as cougars or mountain lions, they live in remote mountain regions of North and South America. The puma is a loner, avoiding others of its kind except in the mating season. Its territorial range, from 50 to 1,000 square kilometers, depends on food supply and access to sexual partners. Pumas prey upon mammals of almost all size and species. In North America, elk, deer, and reindeer are their favorite prey, although they avoid reptiles and carrion. Here we encounter an ocelot. Ocelots tend to be nocturnal hunters, whose main diet consists of smaller vertebrates. They belong to the Pardalis species, or Leopards genus of the Felidae family. Also known as the dwarf leopard, it is smaller in stature than its predatory cousins, and with a body length of 1 to 2 meters, about the same size as a domestic cat. Ocelots are characterized by a gray or yellow-brown pelt, which is flecked with black. All species are native to the Americas.
Central district of Boomtong, like every evening at 8:30 p.m., Sungay says goodnight to her husband. Tonight, she is not going to sleep in her bed. 6 months a year, she has to head to the field to guard potato crops from attacks of wild pigs.
La croc bringo, ma choppa de bringo. Kamenya mas kanya ma taksara. Napang yubse mas ki nang chok mas sat suta nang. Lo to ursal bo thegra dru. Tame me mas ursal so thaji borsu thaji. Jungina chera ban na wom gomna. Na lama chiksena ki na utuna ayo na. Abang ta bom에도 많은 미부 택나 사수도 사지 마 미부다 수도 퍼져야 되나. 나 보자니 bom에 택나.
Songay, who is well into her 60s, explains to us that night guarding is a harsh task.
식사가 싼다. 아, 이제 한국도 별거 사단. 사가 별거 양아트.
At 5 in the morning, Songay can go back to her home. Human-wildlife conflict is a widespread problem in rural Bhutan. Leopards, elephants, tigers, wild pigs, black bears, porcupines, and deers are among the animals that cause the most trouble to rural communities. Since ancient times, people have been trying to protect their crops by night guarding, constructing fences with stones, or using barbed wire and alarm fencing.
In the south, we have the elephant and the pig problem. In the central, we have mostly with the pig, wild pig, and also the bear problem, black bear, and we have also problem with the tigers in some of the cases, like in the past in the central region of Tongsa, there were man and tiger conflict issues. So man was been killed by tiger.
Loss of crops and livestock can represent unbearable losses to rural populations. As a result, retaliatory killings of wildlife are the easy way out. In 2011, the Poverty Environment Initiative, together with the Representation Office of Denmark and the Gross National Happiness Commission, supported the Royal Society for Protection of Nature to devise a community-led insurance scheme to support farmers that had suffered crop and livestock losses. The scheme started with 200,000 Bhutanese giltrum, around $3,300, and was maintained with membership fees paid by farmers. Households set up a committee and worked out a basic formula to calculate compensations for livestock and crop losses. The scheme ran through 2012 into 2013, and within the first 6 months, 20 compensation claims had been received and attended to. This community-led compensation scheme adds up to a number of other initiatives and programs launched to counter problems caused by human-wildlife conflicts. It is an excellent example on how community-led action can preserve Bhutan's rich biodiversity and meet the needs of farmers like Songay, who make up around 69% of the country's population.